sales advice and they listen. But first order of business, man, I got my Cleaner Times magazine. Some guys don't even know that this exists. It's Cleaner Times magazine. It's our industry rag. I call it an industry rag because that's just what we call industry rags. It's got lots of information in here. But on the front here, it's got a membership to CETA, and contractors can join CETA. CETA is the Cleaning Equipment Trade Association of our industry. And regardless of whatever you've heard of, their show floor in our industry for equipment is bigger than anyone's. UAMCC, PWNA, huge convention. They're all big. How are you doing, Tom? How are you doing, Antonio? Guys, want to tell you, Panhandle event, free January 19th and 20th. We've got a free technical training in Houston on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Marco Raimondo from Washmart, Panhandle Power Wash Supply, obviously in Florida. That's next week. How you doing, John? John's here tonight. This is a sales video. And all too often, you know, you as an industry person, whether you want to call it a guru, a leader, whatever the case may be, I've been doing teaching longer than anybody. I've done more teaching than anybody. I've done more training events than any other person on earth that's alive as far as our industry goes. I wanted to talk today about joining organizations, but I don't want to talk about our industry organizations. In other words, I'm not talking about the PWNA today. I'm not talking about CETA. I'm not talking about the UMCC. I'm not talking about any of that. There's ICA, IWCA. People don't even realize how many industry organizations there really are. I'm going to talk to you today about joining customer associations. And the big tip in when you join a customer association, and this is going to be the big one that if you guys understand this and listen to this, how you can utilize this. I saw a post today, should I become a BNI member? Now, BNI is a networking group of people in the industry, and they basically get together, and it's local. It's a local thing, and they get together, and I've spoken at some BNI meetings. I've never belonged to a BNI chapter. It doesn't mean that I would not. If BNI had caught me in my early infancy stages of business, I would have definitely joined them. I had already belonged to other networking groups, so belonging to BNI was something that I saw value in it, but I had made commitments to other networks that I was in locally that were more important to me at the time. I would highly recommend that if you are able to be in a BNI chapter, that you go there and you do it. But here's my sales tip of the day in understanding that no matter what networking that you pick up, whether it be an all-women's property management association, whether it be BOMA International, whether it be the shopping center association, whatever it is that you join, I don't care if it's the Rotary, the Lions Club, or whatever it is you join that's local to your area, make sure that you actually participate. Participating means, doesn't mean I paid my membership and then what are they going to give me? That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about, guys, is, and I'm going to give you a second little tip because this also has to do with when you start networking with your local organizations. I'll tell you a little story. I told some guys to get involved with BOMA one year, and I said, you will not be disappointed. So they went and they joined. They went and they joined BOMA, and it cost them a lot of money to join because BOMA's not cheap. It's $1,000, and their dinners are $250, and lunches are $250 or $500 a person, and they're a lot of money to go to. And the guys, contacted me a couple months later, and they had gone to a couple of meetings, and they got to me and they said, "Hey, Ron," they said, "we went to these meetings, man, and we expected to meet customers, and there was no customers there. There was very few customers. We were in a room with a bunch of plumbers and electricians and landscapers and pool repair guys and blah 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 blah." And I thought to myself, I started scratching my head, I go, so you were in there with all these other contractors that know all these other people that you want to get to know. They know all the people that you want to be introduced to. Okay, I hope you guys understand where this is going. And so I'll tell you my story that you can kind of relate and put two and two together. So I met a guy at one of these meetings. It was a BOMA meeting, and this was like 30 years ago. And his name was Bob. And Bob was a fountain restoration guy. So what was really cool is I didn't know Bob became a huge part. We became a huge part of restoring fountains with him because we had hydroblasting equipment that he could call us out and we could blast these fountains and then he could restore these fountains. Little did I know, okay, that Bob and my relationship wasn't just about us doing work for Bob. That wasn't the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake is Bob was 30 years in business and he knew all of the people that I wanted to meet. If I wanted to meet somebody, Bob, do you know Susie Smith over at Weinsteinkel and Bindiner? And he'd go, yes, I've been working for her for 25 years. Hey, Bob, can you introduce us? Yeah, oh, yeah, man, no problem. I'll make a phone call right now. We'll get a lunch together, or we'll go in the office together and I'll introduce you and tell her what a great guy you are and you should use her. The point of this thing, guys, is it all boils down to relationships and the people that you know. What the great thing about Bob and my relationship was, it wasn't that he was giving us this restoration work. That was nothing. That was nothing. What was wonderful is having Bob as a colleague and a friend and somebody to introduce us to the people that we wanted to, because Bob knew everybody. Here was a little other note that Bob was a little bit smarter than the average bear. Okay, Bob had got into he was a pool cleaning guy prior to being a fountain restoration specialist. And when he was in the pool business, he would talk about his younger days. It was a rat race of running around, basically maintaining pools for $50, $100 a month. You had to go there every week, replace the chlorine. People didn't want to really pay for if there were repairs. They were like, oh man, we just want to Band-Aid that. We don't want to do anything. And Bob got into repairing fountains. And then he realized that people that repair fountains, people that have fountains, guess what they have? They have money, because if they have a fountain, they've got money. And all of a sudden my light bulb goes on and goes, Bob knows everybody that's rich. Wow, he knows all the clients we want to know. And that's the key of the things is that I'm not saying you go there and you look for a certain type of relationship to build with somebody. Sometimes you build relationships with people, man, you just like them. And maybe they don't have anything to offer, but they're good people. And maybe you two can collaborate and maybe you can give back and give them something. It's because it's not always about what they can give you. It's about what you can share. And you have to understand that, and that's how that works. But the reality of it is that he introduced me to some of the powerhouse clients that I still know a lot of these people today. Some of them are dead. I mean, it's been that long. Some of them passed away. But when you think about what he did and the kind of clientele that he had, he knew everybody. So when you go to these meetings, guys, this is about sales, it's about networking. When you go to these meetings and you go there and sit and think, man, I came here, I paid a bunch of money, I'm around all these other contractors, start shaking hands and kissing babies and letting these contractors know, guess what, guys? I belong to a networking group of about 22 guys. 22 guys. We meet on a regular basis, okay? And this is just a network that we built over the last 22 years of like-minded contractors that do certain things. We've got a carpet cleaning guy. We've got a tile cleaning guy. We've got a tile installation guy. We've got a carpet installation guy. We got a couple of general contractors. We got block layers. We've got plumbers. We got electricians. we have just about everybody in this network that we work together with, and we all meet and we all refer business to each other. And we've been doing that for over 20 years. And it's a great thing. It's kind of what BNI is, except BNI is a little bit of that on steroids because they're a big nationwide organization. And I guess we did this 20 years ago, possibly before BNI even existed. But that is a very good thing to do, even with your own peers and contractors. But when you go to these other organizations and things like that, like I said, open your eyes, introduce yourself. Yeah, is knowing a carpet installation guy going to be as valuable as, let's say, a landscaper or a pool repair guy? No, a pool repair guy or a landscaper is probably going to be able to refer you business, and you're going to be able to refer them business. Where a carpet installation guy, probably not. There's not many people are going to be. He's not going to be at somebody's house and go. The person in the house is not going to go, hey, do you happen to know somebody to power wash my driveway? It's very doubtful that that's going to happen. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but it's very doubtful that it will happen. But if they're having a landscaper that's coming to their house or a pool guy that's cleaning their pool, and they go, hey man, how can I get that crud off my tile in my pool? Well, the pool repair guy may not do tile restoration on pools. So he may, if he's got your card and knows you, he's going to be, hey, I know a guy, his name is Ron. He can come here and take care of this tile for you and get this calcium off your tile and make it look really good and brand new again. Matter of fact, he can probably clean this whole pool deck, hey, and clean your house and clean your Florida room or whatever, in Florida, I use the Florida room as an example, but that's the kind of networking that you want to do. And those types of networks are beautiful. They're an awesome thing to have. You got to remember it. Don't think about it when you're out there and you're joining these associations. Don't always focus on, hey, I didn't meet any customers. Meet other contractors that can refer you. And more importantly, business, you can refer them too, because it's a two-way street. Once you start meeting people like this and you start that referral process, believe me, it'll be huge. It can be, we all talk about pipelines, okay? And some guys have their web pipelines, their networking pipelines, they're beating the going out and knocking on door pipeline, and these are all just different pipelines that you open up and you have a spigot there and you turn them on or you turn them off. It's as much as effort as you want to put into it. The more effort you put into it, the more that pipeline is going to flow. The little effort put into it, man, it might just drip. But the bottom line is you always got to take action. You always got to do things. And you got to make these things happen. And you know what, guys? You got to ask for it. You got to ask for the referrals. You got to ask them to introduce yourself to other people. Here's another tip. This goes in with LinkedIn as well, because when you start becoming LinkedIn with people on LinkedIn, and you know somebody, and you see, wow, they know this administrator that I've been trying to get a hold of. Simply message your friend, the person you're closest to, and say, hey man, do you know John Smith over at blah blah blah? And they'll go, yeah man, I've been working for him for a lot of years. What do you want to know? Yeah, I'd like you to introduce me to him because you've been doing their plumbing. I would love to do some pressure washing for him. Oh man, we were over there. We had a plumbing spill. We had a blind busted. We could have used your service over there. They hired somebody. The guy didn't do a very good job. You know what? Let me contact them right now and let them know I'd like to send a message over to them and recommend you to, do their services when we have spills and cleanups. Hey, wonderful. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you doing that for me. Guys, this is what it's all about. You have to be out there utilizing your network, making things happen, and don't be afraid to ask people. Don't be afraid to ask people to help you. One of the coolest things in the world is, and a mentor of mine told me this. This is from Eddie Basha. He owns Basha Groceries. He said that one of the things that people love to do, and it's true, and I learned this at an early age, People really love to help other people. People want to help other people, especially entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are driven to be successful and to help other people be successful. Whether you believe it or not, um, people that believe that they're really highly competitive and believe that, oh man, I was afraid of my competition, I'm not telling anybody nothing. Those are the closed-minded people, and they usually don't go very far. The people that are out there that are willing to share understand the power of knowledge and the power of sharing and the power of not just being the mentor, but mentoring others. Mentoring other people makes you stronger. And that's why when you find somebody that wants to help you, man, it can become a powerful thing. And you reciprocating that by helping somebody else even becomes a more powerful thing. If you don't believe it, I dare you to take the challenge. I dare you to reach out to somebody today and help them. You don't know who they might be, but just go find them and help them, or ask somebody if they need some help, because maybe you possess a skill that they don't possess, and you can offer them some help. And it doesn't need to be something major. Sometimes it can be something very small. People often need help with things that are small. And when you resolve these problems for people, good things happen to you. It's just how it is, guys. Well, enough rambling on. Guys, don't miss this event. There it is on January 19th and 20th. It's next week. We're 1 week away. And then on February 9th, 10th, and 11th, which we're just in under 30 days right now, we will see you guys there at the Houston event in Texas, guys. It's going to be a great event. The Washmart event has been going on now. It's be a third annual event that we have there. Last year we had more people than we can handle. We have a bigger venue. Don't be worried. We're going to have a lot. We're able to handle a lot more people, but only able to handle about 400. Trudy's event is topping out right now at 500. We're about a week out. We're probably going to get another 100 registrations and maybe have another 100 walk-ins. I'll be honest with you, we can't handle that many people. Hopefully some of you guys don't come. No, I'm just kidding. No, everybody's registered. Come on out. We're going to make it work. We've already made some adjustments in the schedule, and we've got some more people on the ground to help with all the people that are coming. This is the largest technical circuit training event that's ever happened in industry history. We've got everybody coming. Literally everybody will be there. That's anybody. Hopefully you guys just go to National Cleaning Expo, get registered for free. Also, National Cleaning Expo, you can take a quick peek at the agenda, which there'll be about 6 or 7 more classes and speakers being put up today. You guys can check that out. We got a lot of great keynote speakers. I can't wait to hear Pat Clark's new talk. Mike Wingard, Heath Phelps is going to be there. We got Courtney Lee. He's from the carpet cleaning world. Wood restoration. Caleb Roth. We got Jerry McMillan coming. Trudy's doing her paint talk as far as that goes. We got a lot of great people at this event. I forgot half of them, and I hope they don't get mad that I didn't mention them. But you know, the bottom line, guys, is there's a lot of teachers. We're going to have roughly 15 to 18 circuit training stations. Going to be a great event. Look forward to you guys coming out there. Can't wait to see you guys out there. Thanks for the comments on the sides, guys. I appreciate you making the comments. Sorry I didn't answer any of them today. I just wanted to hit home with that point about networking. I wanted guys to understand that it matters. That's the simplest way to do it. You know, bottom line is, I'm going to leave you with one other sales tip, that because it's the new year, and I'm going to give you this little tidbit of sales tip information. So many guys ask me all the time, Ron, I want to do a charity. Ron, I want to help my community. And that's wonderful. I try to do one community event every month. I try to participate, whether it's with my own family, whether it's with the business, whether it's with me personally. I try to do something. I just did something a few days ago. We fed some, I wouldn't say we feed homeless teen girls. These teenage girls are, they're in a program, And some of them, it sounds crazy, but they choose to be homeless because the system failed them. And what we try to do is we try to assist them throughout the year to stay in school and to go to school and to attend school. And we try to make life a little simpler for them. It's not very easy. I mean, when you're homeless, how hard is that if you're a teenage person, 15 years old, living under a bridge in a tent by yourself and still trying to go to school? It's pretty amazing if you really want to think about it. That's an amazing drive and an amazing thing that a lot of these young teenage kids are actually homeless, but they want to attend school every day because they know they don't want to continue that type of life. And I know guys are going, well, why don't you take them in? Guys, these are people that they've been in homes and the systems has failed them. And I don't want to tell you anything about the horrific stories that I've heard, but I understand sometimes why they're living under a bridge. Okay. And it's because they're safer under a bridge. And which is really terrible and disgusting that our society has come to. We failed these youth. Well, the story here is about helping these charities. I got involved with this because my company years ago, this is 15 years ago, we would write a letter at the beginning of the year every year, and we would do it a couple times a year. And we would send the letter out to our customers, and the letter would just say, hey, we would like to help you with your community event, something that you're inspired with. We want to help you, and we would offer a pre-cleaning or a post-cleaning on some type of event. And I've done brokers for kids for many years also, and we would clean up prior and after their event. And we would always offer a post-cleaning, a pre-cleaning, and a post-cleaning because you want it to look good when people get there. So you want to clean it up before and you want to clean it up afterwards. And we always offered that to our clients. And I'm going to tell you something. It was one of the biggest things we ever did. I mean, I got to meet Oprah Winfrey. We did a Oprah Winfrey house. We did houses for Habitat for Humanity. We did all these great things, all these cool things that we did where we had all these different events. We did Christmas in April. I mean, there's so many of them, I can't even count them or imagine to count them. And this was a very good thing, not just because it was great for my own community. That was the icing on the cake, man. You get to do these cool things and you get to help these families, and you get to help these people that you get to meet and shake their hands and sometimes hug them, whatever the case may be. But you got to be down there and involved in the trenches. But one of the coolest things in the world is you got to also help your customers, help these people that may have had that passion. And then maybe you develop the passion, and the next thing you know, this thing triplifies into certain things. And again, here we go again, networking, building relationships, and carrying on that type of work is what it's really all about. And when you start seeing, that happen, that's when the magic happens and the relationship building that you get involved with really starts to happen, and your business just goes. I mean, it'll skyrocket. It'll skyrocket. But don't do it for those reasons. Do it for the reasons that you need to be doing it for. Helping your community, getting your heart involved into it, and watching the difference that you can make on other people. That's what it's really all about. Guys, I look forward to seeing everybody on January 19th and 20th. I look forward to seeing everybody on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. I look for everybody seeing Nashville on the 24th, 25th, and 26th of February. And then look out, there might be an event in San Antonio the first week of March. Might. We don't know yet, but there might be an event there. The Power Wash Store San Antonio might have an event there in March. So keep your eye out for that. NationalCleaningExpo.com. We look forward to seeing everybody out there. You guys have a great day.